Tan Sri Shahril, great to see you again after such a long time.
Nice to see you.
Okay, wonderful. Now, we all know, everyone knows you come from a very well-to-do and privileged family. However, when did you realize that you didn't want to be normal, that you wanted to achieve something greater?
Why? I look abnormal, is it?
No, but you could have easily go holidays for 6 months and stuff, but no, you wanted to create something. When did you realize that you wanted to be different?
I think it's natural for anyone to want to be useful. I think this is just innate in myself right from the beginning. I mean, I used to make my own toys, create my own games.
Okay, but the inspiration to be great, was it your father? Was he the inspiration behind that?
I think looking at him work hard and for the sole purpose of just allocating education to his children, I think was a big example, a very strong example and strong drive for me to be like him, to see him employ so many people and to see him being satisfied, not about the profit, but to see his people around him having a job and feeding so many people. That was an inspiration. I say, I want to be just like that.
For many of us who have interviewed you over the years, we know that your father is a very big influence to you. Yes. Is he one of your mentors?
For sure. He's one of my mentors, and we have another Malay gentleman, Ramli Musa and Mr. Koo Soo Kyong.
These two are your mentors as well?
Yes.
Okay, what are the key traits which they have passed on to you and you still practice it today?
The key trait is they spend a lot of time and patience in guiding me.
In guiding you.
And inspiring me. I think that's the secret to Sapura's success, really, all of them.
Okay, you have been involved in Sapura for a really...
And the values that they hold.
The values, yeah. Like what are some of the values?
Integrity, I think, is something that was drummed into our family. The family unit is very important. The ability to let people grow. And empowerment, when people were talking about empowerment in the 80s, actually in the 70s, these guys were already practicing it. I mean, the way the company was developed by generating ideas and empowering individuals.
When was the inflection point when you realized you wanted Sapura to be a juggernaut?
It was never about to be a juggernaut. It was about to create an organization that technically was very strong. I mean, that was the base. If you look at our vision, that's what it says. And a company that accorded value to its customers. So a team of us got together and said, actually, what kind of service in Malaysia that was underserved? And really, if you look at it, in the late 90s, there was hardly any oil service providers. And yet we were an oil producing country.
Yes, that's right.
So to us it was putting together a team and putting together assets to address this business and filling in the gap.
I see.
While others were very interested and crazy about IT and all this, we exited that area, telecommunication IT, we exited that area and said, actually this is where the opportunity is. There was not many people understood the business, and this is the direction, and we were committed to it, and we did it.
Sapura Kencana today has an order book of about 26 billion. I mean, everyone will always say, it gets jobs because of maybe certain connections or whatever. Do you want to say something about that?
Well, they can say anything they want, but I must know a lot of people around the world because we serve about 20 countries.
Yes, I know.
And the biggest market right now is Brazil, which is over 60% of our order book. So I guess people know the company, people know that we deliver, we have a very good track record, and that's what's selling the company today, and that has been 20 years in the making. The challenges are different. Yeah, now we have a lot more people, the structures are in, we need to communicate a lot better so that everyone's aligned. However, it's also an advantage because we have all these assets. We have a fabrication yard, we can fabricate ourselves. We can go to EPCIC because we can fabricate and install. We recently went into drilling, and that has integrated very well into the company. You know what's really exciting? When we did the merger, the buy-in from the people of two companies was so quick. People got aligned and very excited about Sapura Kencana on day one. So which means, you know, the culture match was very good. And you know what, even more exciting than that, when Seadrill, a company which is from
Norway.
Northern Europe. We have these guys coming here, coming to be part of a Malaysian company, and they are also excited to become part of this entity.
I mean, are you worried or not? Because right now your base is very big already. So to deliver even a 20% growth, it becomes even more difficult.
Yes.
What are your strategies for this sort of growth?
The capacity that is in has the ability to grow. I mean, we have capacity that's not filled up.
Okay.
So for the next 2 years, this is about filling the capacity, and we will get the kind of 20% growth we're talking about. But going forward again, we're a company we're always ready to do different things.
Okay. Are you going to go more upstream now?
I think we are an upstream service provider, and we'll continue to fill in the gaps where there are opportunities to strengthen technology, strengthen our subsurface execution, look at more well intervention type capabilities in-house, so that we can internalize even more value.
How important is it for Sapura Kencana to own a producing asset? If you guys want new fields, that would be good, but if you didn't?
Well, we are very clear. As Sapura Kencana, we are an oil and gas service provider.
Okay.
Yes, we are looking at the new field assets.
Yes.
If we are successful, then the structure will change such that, you know, we cannot be both a asset owner and a contractor at the same time.
Yes. So when you say you change, what do you mean? A separate subsidiary, a separate listing?
We are looking at it very carefully, but for sure we have to decouple the risk, because the risks are different.
What do you think is the next big thing in oil and gas? Is it shale? I mean, deep water we know already. What's the next big thing?
Shale will definitely play a role.
Shale play a role, huh?
Yeah, play a role. I think we've seen how shale has changed the landscape in the US. And other places are also looking at shale. So in the next half a decade, you see shale probably play a bigger role. But at the end of the day, I think the onshore, offshore, conventional hydrocarbons will still be a bigger portion of it.
What are Sapura Kencana's plans for the next 6 to 12 months?
We are continuing to consolidate our position, continuing to bid, making sure that our capacity is used up, and addressing Latin America. We're also going to start addressing Africa.
Africa, that's an interesting market, right?
Yes, I think it's a developing market. We have to be careful though, because it is a new area for us.
You're bidding for what kind of jobs there?
Contracting jobs.
Oh, contracting jobs.
Because our drilling, we are already active in Angola.
Okay.
We have a couple of drilling rigs there.
Are you bidding for any other producing assets?
We are looking at farming in a few assets in
where?
In Indonesia.
Oh, in Indonesia.
Kalimantan.
I see.
Brunei.
Okay, Kalimantan, Brunei, I see. Are you positive on the formation of Vestigo?
I think it's a very good move.
Okay, basically Vestigo, they become the PSC. Is that how it works? They become the rock and the petrofacts?
No, that is a vehicle which is going to be smaller, nimbler to decide on capitalizing on small fields.
Yes.
And this is what they're going to do.
Okay, there was a news report on Monday which said that you may be tying up with Vestigo to bid for the Bubu field in Terengganu. Is that true?
We are always bidding.
You are always bidding. So are you bidding for this Bubu field?
We have been bidding for this Bubu field for a while, yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Tan Sri. It was good to have you today.